As my daughter-in-law Shirley and I viewed the Creation Museum in Ohio and later on the Ark Encounter in Kentucky, we both questioned the fact that they showed that the dinosaurs were included on the ark before the flood. I had thought that the dinosaurs lived millions of years ago and became extinct long before the flood. This really piqued my interest, so after returning home, I researched it. This is what I found. Dinosaurs certainly did roam the earth in the ancient past. Fossils of dinosaurs have been found all over the world, and their bones are displayed in museums for all to see. Some were as small as chickens, and others were even smaller. Of course, some dinosaurs were very large, weighing in at estimated 80 tons and standing 40 feet tall. The average size of a dinosaur, however, was probably about that of a large sheep or bison. The theory of the evolutionists is that they lived and ruled the earth for 140 million years, dying out about 65 million years ago. Evolutionists claim the dinosaurs evolved over millions of years. They imagine that one kind of animal slowly changed over long periods of time to become a different kind of animal. However, many fossil experts admit that not one unquestionable transitional form between any group of creatures or the other has ever been found anywhere. If dinosaurs evolved from amphibians, they should be, for example, fossil evidence of animals that are part dinosaur and part something else. However, there's no proof of this anywhere. The Bible tells us that God created all the land animals on the sixth day of creation. As dinosaurs were land animals, they must have been made on this day alongside Adam and Eve, who were also created on the sixth day. So you see, if God designed and created dinosaurs, they would have been fully functional, designed to do what they were created for, and would be 100% dinosaurs. That fits exactly with the evidence from the fossil records. God created Adam and told him to name all the animals, and he did. And whatever name he gave the animals, that's what it became.
And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
The Bible teaches that the original animals and the first humans were commanded to be vegetarians. There were no meat eaters in the original creation. Furthermore, there was no death. It was an unblemished world with Adam and Eve and the animals, including dinosaurs, living in perfect harmony, eating only plants. Also, the Bible teaches that there was no death of animals or humans before Adam sinned. This means there could not have been any animal fossils and no dinosaur bones before sin.
Because she was taken out of the man, and they were both naked, the man
and then
and his wife.
God created Eve. They lived perfectly at peace in the garden before they sinned.
The Lord God said,
The tree of life and the tree of knowledge were in the middle of the garden. And God said, don't eat of either of these trees.
And he took one of his ribs, and made it into a ring, and brought her to the man. And Adam said,
When he made man and woman, he said, it is very good.
they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
However, it wasn't long before the devil, disguised as a serpent, tempted Eve to eat of the forbidden fruit.
The eyes and the tree to be desired to make one wise.
She gave some to her husband Adam, and they both ate.
And the eyes of both of them were opened,
Immediately,
and
they knew that they were naked. When God discovered it, He made a covering for them. He killed an animal and made skins from its hide. This was the first time an animal was ever killed. In Genesis 6, we read that all flesh, man and animal, had corrupted his way upon the earth. Perhaps people and animals were killing each other. Maybe dinosaurs had started killing other animals and humans. In any case, the Bible describes the world as wicked. Adam and Eve had to fend for themselves. And the dinosaurs started killing each other. Adam and Eve lived by the sweat of their brow. When Cain and Abel grew, Cain murders his brother Abel. This is when God chose a godly man named Noah to build the ark so that he and his family and all kinds of animals could be saved when he sent the flood. Some people think the dinosaurs were too big, or there were too many of them to go on the ark. However, there were not very many different kinds of dinosaurs. In reality, there may have been fewer than 50 kinds of dinosaurs. God sent 2 of every land animal into the ark. Therefore, dinosaurs must have been on the ark. Even though there was ample room in the huge ship for large animals, perhaps God sent young adults into the ark that still had plenty of room for them to grow. All of the other animals that did not go into the ark drowned. Thus, the dinosaur fossils, which were formed as a result of the flood, were probably formed about 4,500 years ago, not millions of years ago. In the book of Job, God describes to Job, who lived after the flood, a great beast with which Job was familiar. This great animal, called Behemoth, is described as the chief of the ways of God, perhaps the biggest land animal God had created. Impressively, he moved his tail like a cedar tree. Although some Bible commentaries say this may have been an elephant or hippopotamus, the description actually fits that of a dinosaur. Elephants and hippos certainly do not have tails like cedar trees. There is no mention of the word dinosaur in the Bible, but the word dragon is used a number of times. Creationists believed that dinosaurs were called dragons before the word dinosaur was invented in the 1800s. So you ask, what happened to the dinosaurs? Evolutionists use their imagination in a big way in answering this question. This is just a small list of their theories. They starved to death. They died from overeating. They were poisoned. They became blind from cataracts and could not reproduce. Mammals ate their eggs. Volcanic dust, poisonous gases, comets, sunspots, meteorites, mass suicide, parasites, just to name a few. We need to take the Bible seriously and find an explanation that fits the facts and makes perfect sense. At the time of the flood, all the land animals outside of the ark died, but the representatives of all the kinds that survived on the ark lived in the new world after the flood. Those animals, including dinosaurs, found the new world to be much different than the one before the flood. Due to competition for food that was no longer in abundance, other catastrophes, man killing for food, the destruction of habitats, and so forth, many species of animals eventually died out. The group of animals we now call the dinosaurs just happened to die out too. In fact, quite a number of animals become extinct each year. When we see the dinosaur bones, we can be reminded that death was not a part of the original creation. Death is actually an intruder entering into the first man that disobeyed God. The Bible tells us that because we are all descendants of Adam, we too have sinned. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. We can also be reminded that God, who made all things, including the dinosaurs, is also a judge of his creation.